Keltec is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade.
All right, let me run get my drink, and then I'll be right back.
That's what you get for running, bro. You're killing me with this exercise crap.
God. No running for me.
No. Unnecessary burning of calories. He's fired. Success. Actually, I don't even know if I can eat this. I just had my teeth worked on today.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Oh, that struggle's real.
Yeah. What'd you get done?
I had 2 teeth pulled.
Oof. That's no fun.
No. Cracked 2 teeth. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to come in and just maybe do a filling. He's like, no, we're going to have to do a crown. So, no, we're going to have to extract one of them.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're going to have to extract both. They're cracked all the way down.
Jeez.
I said, Doc, you have any other good news you want to give me? Is my dog dead? Hey, Lefty.
Hey.
Oh, I just worked out. Yeah, that's how we do that.
Nice. Gin and tonic right there, baby. Are those the peanut butter ones?
No, they're the chocolate fudge ones.
Chocolate fudge?
I haven't had those.
Chocolate fudge brownie.
Yeah, I didn't know that existed. I need that in my life.
Dude, because you're too busy getting that damn tan. Working out at that place that gives you a virus while running
so I
in
can
place
eat shit
going
like
nowhere.
that, man. That's why I do it. So I can eat fudge M&Ms.
Yeah. Yep. You run in place, go nowhere, while I sit across the street enjoying a double with bacon and mushrooms covered in blue cheese.
And get teeth pulled out because of all the crap you're eating. Have you met Pearce? Pearce, have you met Ton?
We have now.
What's happening, brother?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, semi-coherent.
Yeah.
Semi. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about those damned old pistol braces today, and maybe the bump stocks too, because there's been some developments in that arena as well. So let's just get started. Let's jump into this. Welcome in, Leadheads. This is I don't know what episode this is, but this is the Talking Lead podcast, and I've got 2 experts with me today. We're going to be talking about that damned old pistol brace a little bit and the bump stocks. Give you guys a little update for what we know. Now, we're not attorneys, but wait, yeah, one guy is. So joining us, we've got a longtime Leadhead, good friend. You guys know him, you love him. He's down there in Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Pearce.
Howdy.
P-Man 301, is that what you are?
On Instagram, yeah.
On the grams, P-Man 301. Pearce Taylor. We've had Pearce on several times, especially when we're trying to get some legal clarity on issues. And we had his dad. His dad is an author. And tell me the names of the books again.
They're the Jake Storm books. The first one is Stolen Angels.
There you go. And there's a series there's like 3 of those books. And
another one coming pretty soon, I think. Based
around the child trafficking, human trafficking issue, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. Crime. Yeah. But
epidemic, really.
Epidemic, there you go. Crises, we'll call it a crisis. Call everything a crisis. But your dad, that was a great show. We had him on, and I'd love to get him back on. I'm actually trying to get Craig Sawman Sawyer on the show.
Oh, yeah. No, that'd be a good one.
Because they have their own veteran organization that goes out and hunts these people down. And I think it would be a great episode to have your dad and him on together. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Good thing. So, yeah, let me know. He enjoyed being on. He's been asking about it ever since, if you wanted him back. So.
Oh, I absolutely do. When we were at SHOT Show, we had those 2 guys on that were in the service industry, and they did security. They did security for the service industry, and hotels, restaurants, bars, things like that. And they were talking about how prevalent the human trafficking is in those type establishments, and how they train people to look for that and deal with that. So that was pretty interesting to have those guys on too.
I was talking to some people today, and topic of conversation came up on human trafficking. Apparently, Atlanta is about the number 7 city in the world for human trafficking. And
I don't doubt it.
Jeez.
Up against third world countries, these hot spots. Atlanta somehow is number 7.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
What the hell?
Yeah.
They have a lot of conventions and things like that in Atlanta too.
Well, it's also the busiest airport in the world, so most flights come through there.
Yeah, I would say is Vegas number 1?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say because I mean, just think about all the conventions and things that they have there.
Definitely.
But anyway, also joining us, we've got. He's a newer lead head. Just within the past year or so, he's come on strong though. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. He is the star of Auction Hunters, Ton Jones. Ladies and gentlemen,
what is happening? Thanks for having me back, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming back on too. So you and I were talking earlier today, and or this week, and we were talking about how that pistol brace thing is getting ready to come down, and what all's going on with it. And there's been a lot of maneuvering and things happening here in these last few days before that deadline of the 30th or 31st. 31st of
they
May.
upped the time. It's in the morning now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's not the end of the day. They just decided. I think that was last week. So be careful if you're wanting to turn anything in on the last day.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that, but not yet. We're gonna talk about that. Also in this
that's
episode,
the third time they changed the time.
They're changing a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna talk about it. But also in this episode, Leadheads, we've got more interviews from when we were at NRA, and we've got a really good lineup this episode. We're going to have Mike Pappas with Dead Air, Ron with Ryker USA. Ton actually is in this episode also. We had, remember when we had Paul with Legally Armed America? Remember we had him? You joined in on that. So Ton joined in on that interview that we did with Paul. Paul's got a new book out, and kind of talked to him a little bit about how he got started in YouTube and a few other things. So that was a really good conversation with Paul and Laura. And then we're also going to have Andre Arvlosky interview in this one, which Ton missed that one. He doesn't know how to take cues very well when he's walking by the booth.
I was outside playing with the Kraken case.
Yeah, I was like, come on in. And then Derrick with Phoenix Trinity Firearms is on the show, along with the Boombstick Babe Alicia Garcia. So really good lineup from the NRA that we've got there. Good topics. Derrick with Phoenix Trinity Arms, they make a 2011 really nice high-end pistol. I think their cheapest models around like $1,700 or something. I don't know, and they go up from there. But really nice firearms. And we're going to have videos for all these. So we did get the videos for all these, so we will be posting videos with all these interviews too. So make sure you go check our YouTube channel. And oh, by the way, I just started a Rumble account. So Talking Lead is on Rumble now. So go and follow us on Rumble. And I'm going to start posting things to Rumble. I don't have but just like a couple of things up right now, just to kind of have a presence and let you guys know that, yes, that is us and we are there. So Talking Lead is on Rumble. And I've got to figure out all that, how you can do and what you can do on Rumble. But I think you can do like lives and, stuff like that. So if it works out, then we'll probably start doing this live, guys.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, man. But for now, we're videoing it, and you can go to YouTube and check us out on YouTube for our videos. I want to completely do away with YouTube. My goal is to, if Rumble works out, then I'm just going to, because I get nothing from YouTube. They completely choke us down, shadow ban us. We've stayed stagnant for the past 10 years, haven't grown, haven't, lost any. We've stayed steady, like right under 15,000, and it just can't grow. They prevent it. So
I know you said in a prior episode that you wouldn't go that way, but a lot of people are going to Twitter. They're making moves like they're going to be competing with YouTube.
Yeah, so you say that, and today was the day that DeSantis was supposed to make his big presidential announcement with Elon on Twitter, and they crashed the system. And as far as I know, they couldn't get it to work. So I don't know if it actually happened or not. I just gave up after about 15, 20 minutes, and they were having all kinds of technical issues with that. But no, I'm not opposed to doing it on Twitter. I just want to make sure that they get their shit straight. I know Elon has stepped up and he said he's doing this and he's doing that, and it's going to be completely different. But I'm gonna hide and watch kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. But I know there are some very successful conservative people on Rumble, and they seem to be getting pretty good results so far. So.
And they just updated the time again. Now it's back to 11:59 p.m. again. I just got the update.
All right, so let's talk about this, guys.
As you were saying that, I was like, I'm getting my updates from ATF e-forms. I'm like, now it's back. Now it's the fourth time they've changed this week.
There you go. Wow. So what Ton is talking about, if you guys aren't familiar, is a lot of you do know, some of you may not know, is that the ATF, was it earlier this year that they...
it went into effect January 31st. I want to say it was announced January 13th.
Yeah, so Biden, the way it all happened was Biden made an executive order to the ATF for them basically to find a way to make pistol braces illegal. And Kun's holding something on the screen there. But we're going to get to that, Tim. Hold on.
Back to 11:59.
We're going to get to that. Hold on. So earlier this year in January, they figured out some way, which isn't a legal way at all. It's just they just arbitrarily came up with this. Okay, pistol braces aren't going to be legal anymore. Didn't have any precedents or anything to base it on other than Joe Biden made it an executive order, which the executive branch cannot make. They can't make laws. That's what the legislative branch does. They make the laws and vote on them and put them in. So, and this is not a law. It's not a law. It's an opinion is basically what it is. It's an ATF's opinion that at one point they opinionated that they're legal and they're fine to use, as long as you use them certain ways. And now they're saying that no way are they going to be legal, is my understanding. At first they were saying that you could change your barrel length, which, that would make them legal. There was nothing that would be illegal about using them then if you had 16 inches or longer on your barrel. Then I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be perfectly fine for somebody to use. But they're saying that you can't just take it off and not put it on something that's legal. That if you've got one, you're still going to be committing a felony. Even if you have one, you're not using it, it's just sitting there. Then that's... Constructive
intent, constructive possession. And they've been going back and forth on that as well. I know Mr. Guns and Gear put out a video within the last couple of days where the ATF director testified in front of Congress saying, simply remove it. Just take it off. Don't put it back on. Perfectly legal. And he came out, swore under oath, while also the ATF updated their website and the frequently asked questions saying, you cannot just simply remove it. You have to remove it, destroy it, or turn it in.
Right. Or register it.
Yeah, right.
Or register. So those are the options that they've thrown out there. You can change your barrel length, or put it on something that has a longer barrel. Take it off the AR pistol. Destroy it, which
without compensation.
Yeah, without compensation. I don't think anybody's going to do that. Register it as an SBR, and are they still saying that you don't have to pay the $200 tax stamp at this point?
Through May 31st.
through May 31st. So through like just a few days from now. If you don't do it before then,
6 days.
Yeah. So if you don't do it before then, they're not going to allow you to do it free. You
can still do it after then, but you have to pay $200. And also technically you'd be incriminating yourself most likely. You're probably incriminating yourself now because the rule is in effect. They just say they aren't going to enforce it until May 31st.
Yeah.
I'm not incriminating anything because it's not illegal. It's an opinion. It's not a law at this point. So what happened over the past 10, 15 years that we've been dealing with these is that we were dealing with the technology division and they were issuing the opinion. The ATF now has issued a rule, which basically they're saying in their interpretation of the law that was passed by Congress, that their enforcement of it will be that these are SBRs. So it is a slightly, extra step, I guess, towards all of that. But you're right. They don't have the authority to make laws. They have the authority to interpret and enforce them. Right. And it's
dirty
up to
pirate hookers. It's
up to the Supreme Court to decide whether it's a law or not.
Ultimately.
But again, the judiciary branch does not make laws. They just interpret them, and I don't know that they enforce them, but whatever they do, they determine whether something is actually following the law or breaking the law, I guess. The legislative branch makes the laws. The executive branch does not make the laws, i.e. the president.
I said, try telling that to him.
Well, I mean, I'm
put it on his ice cream cone wrapper.
Shouldn't have to, Shouldn't have to. That's just the pure definition of a dictator who doesn't think that he has to follow our constitutional rules and guidelines.
Less than 1% of all Americans will ever serve in uniform. Their average age is 23. The average age of an American serving in combat, just over 21. They come from every walk of life and ethnicity to represent the melting pot and diversity of our great republic. In the prime of their life, often just old enough to drink, or voting for the first time for their commander-in-chief, they serve our nation and risk their lives to preserve the freedoms and liberties we hold most sacred. To every veteran, and for every measure of service, devotion, and sacrifice you've given, we offer our sincerest gratitude and thanks.
So that's kind of where we're at right now, but as we've seen in the last few days, there's been a lot of teeter-tottering on the dates, and actually wasn't there an injunction put on it today, Pearce? Today being the 24th.
Yesterday or within the past couple of days. So there are multiple cases pending. One is brought by the FPC, Firearms Policy Coalition, and others brought by FRAC. I can't remember off the top of my head what that stands for, but there's at least two. There might be more, actually. Mm-hmm. The one brought by Firearms Policy Coalition was also joined by Maxim, the firearms company. And that is the one where the Fifth Circuit has issued a preliminary injunction. So I have it here in front of me, and it is very, very short. So basically, there's a motion, there's a ruling on it. It was appealed to the Fifth Circuit Appellate Court, and it was heard in front of three judges. So that's kind of the first step. They will look at it. They'll make an initial decision, and then it will go to a en banc court. So that means the entire Fifth Circuit. So you're dealing with however many judges there are, but a lot more than three. So it says here, it is ordered that the appeal is expedited to the next available oral argument calendar. And then it says, it is further ordered that appellant's opposed motion for a preliminary injunction pending appeal is granted as to the plaintiffs in this case, meaning that the law cannot be enforced currently against the plaintiffs, being Maxim, Firearms Policy Coalition, and then someone named William T. Mock. They actually have now filed a motion they filed a motion to get more clarity, or a motion for clarification, something like that, because they don't know if it counts for members of Firearms Policy Coalition or people who bought guns from Maxim. They just really don't know the scope of that injunction. But as of right now, there is something that says the ATF cannot enforce it. It's just nobody knows who.
So here's a Fox News report right here, and it was done earlier today. Again, today's May the 24th. It says federal court deals blow to ATF pistol brace rule ahead of gun accessory registration deadline. And the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals on Tuesday, that would have been yesterday, enjoined the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive from enforcing its new rule against gun owners and Second Amendment groups who filed a lawsuit challenging the regulation. The temporary injunction comes days before a deadline for individuals to register their pistol braces with ATF, destroy them, or remove the accessories from their weapon. Those that do not comply with the regulation by May 31st will be forced to pay a fee. Gun rights groups have argued in court that the stabilizing brace rule violates the Constitution by requiring millions of gun owners to register their weapons. The Firearms Policy Coalition, FPC, one of the plaintiffs in the case, has called the rule onerous and unconstitutional. FPC brought the case to the Fifth Circuit Court after appealing a lower court order from a Texas judge who declined to block enforcement of the rule while the challenge proceeds through court. The stabilizing brace rule was introduced as part of comprehensive gun crime strategy Biden announced April 2021 in response to the massacre at a grocery store in Boulder, Colorado, where a gunman used a firearm with a stabilizing brace to kill 10 people. In 2019, another mass murderer used a stabilizing brace in a shooting in Dayton, Ohio, that killed 9 people. So, and it goes on in this article, what they define a stabilizing brace as an accessory that provides a surface area that allows the weapon to be fired from the shoulder, so long as other factors that indicate that the firearm is designed, made, and intended to be fired from the shoulder. ATF's rule, which was finalized on January 13th, categorizes pistols with attached stabilizing braces as short-barreled rifles, which are heavily regulated by Congress because they are both accurate and concealable, making them dangerous in the wrong hands. Well, God damn it, a hammer's dangerous in the hands of in the wrong hands. A pencil is dangerous in the wrong hands.
To John Wick.
A set of car keys is dangerous in the wrong hands.
Right. So, anyway, Biden has accused the gun industry of attempting to circumvent federal regulations by selling stabilizing braces, which he and his administration claim can essentially convert a pistol into a short-barreled rifle. So, just because they're saying just because you add that accessory to it, it's going to make it more accurate and more deadly. So it's going to make that bullet go even faster and do more damage than it normally would without one of those. Preposterous.
Well,
these people are idiots. They do not understand how firearms work. But here's the sad thing about it is I really think they do, and they just don't care. They're playing on people's ignorance who don't know anything. You know, I was talking to somebody today, and I was telling them, what my show is going to be about today. And I was talking about, it's going to be about the pistol braces. And they're like, what's a pistol brace? They're like, I've never heard of a pistol brace. What's a pistol brace? I had to go through and explain it to them. And it's people like that because the majority of Americans don't know what the fuck a pistol brace is. They have no idea. No. And they're just thinking like, oh, well, pistol don't need a brace. Anyway, you fire it from your hand, They don't understand what we're talking about. They don't understand the full scope of what's actually happening. So when, the government goes through and they make it so simplified and make it sound so menial, then, that's what gets idiots on board with this, which I don't think anybody's on board with it. I think, again, this is just a Biden's, desperate attempt to try to, make his mark that he did something against firearms during his presidency. But anyway, go to Fox. That article is there, and it goes on. The Fifth Circuit actually they actually enforced it. They said, "Yeah, we're gonna put a stay on this." And what's the words I'm looking for, lawyer? They stopped it basically.
So they've granted a preliminary injunction, meaning that the ATF cannot enforce that particular rule. But like I said before, they're trying to get some clarity as to who it all applies to.
So the FPC goes on to say, "We are very excited and encouraged by the Fifth Court's decision this morning." This is Cody J. Wizenwuski. Sorry, Cody, on your last name there. Senior attorney for constitutional litigation at FPC Action Foundation. "We intend to ask the court for additional information about who is covered under the injunction, but cannot stress enough just how important this decision is. The fight is far from over, but this is a huge victory in the battle against the ATF's unconstitutional and unlawful brace law." So this is very similar. We've heard this in the past with the bump stocks. You know, when Trump, you know, your favorite president of all time, was again infringing on our Second Amendment, our constitutional rights, and he basically did the same thing that Biden's doing here with the braces. Yep. He ordered the ATF to make them, you know, illegal, and that's what they did. So they defined them as a machine gun. And 4 years later, they've overturned that now. They found that was an unconstitutional ruling, and bump stocks, from my understanding, Pearce, is they're legal now. You can have a bump stock. They're not classified as a machine gun. And oh, by the way, machine guns are not illegal. You can own a machine gun. They say that, you know, in every article that I've read that's talked about this, they're saying that machine guns are banned. Machine guns are not banned. You can own a machine gun. Again, you just have to go through, you know, get the proper licensing, do the proper background check, and you can own a machine gun. And you got to have a lot of money. By the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely. I think the cheapest one you can get now is still upwards of $10,000.
Or decide not to have a vehicle and you can have a machine gun instead.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. Again, that's unconstitutional too. But let's focus on where we're at right now. So little baby chips, they're going and nipping away at us on these rights. And you know, I think the biggest thing with the bump stock was, you know, again, a bunch of FUDs. Well, I don't need a bump stock. I never use a bump stock. I don't take them away. I don't care. It's not going to affect me. Well, yeah, it's going to affect you in the long run, because they're going to continue to chip away and pick away our constitutional rights. Not only our Second Amendment rights, but our First Amendment rights. Our however many there are, third, fourth. How many amendments do we have, Pearce?
They're in the 20s.
Yeah.
But the first 10 are arguably the most important.
Well, the first 2 are the most important. No doubt about it. But that, you know, that's the thing, is they're testing our will by doing this. And they're going to keep testing our will. And the more you give in, you know, if you're going to say, hey, the hell with I don't use bump stocks, take it. Okay, well, that was a test. They just said, okay, well, they're willing to give that up. Let's push for the next thing now. Next thing now, they're pushing for the pistol braces. Let's test their will on this. Let's see how much they're going to give us some grief and oppose this. So that's what they've done here. That's what they're doing here. So our will has to be stronger than it was 4 years ago. And we have you do that by getting in touch with your representatives. Not your federal people, your state, your local people, and it filters up from there. So you've got to let them know that this is preposterous. You're not behind it, and that's the only way to do it. Is you have to voice your opinion. I made a post on Instagram. It was on the stories. I probably should put it on the main page, but there is a link there that you can go to. And I know all these, like FPC, you can go to their website. And they've got a link and pre-done letters that you can send to your congressmen and women, your representatives. So I encourage you to do that. You just have to inundate them with this. So, I mean, this is very important, guys. I mean, I don't normally talk politics on here, but this is beyond politics. You know, this is getting into our rights and infringing on our rights, and we have to be heard. And the only way that you can be heard is what? You gotta make a sound. You gotta make it right. Yeah. You gotta speak. So do it.
Your post that you mentioned is worth talking about too, because there is a measure in Congress that they're trying to pass to invalidate the pistol brace final rule. Not entirely sure exactly how that works, but I want to say it needs to pass almost similar to a full-on law.
I think it's HJ Res 44. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the House resolution. I want to say after that it goes to the Senate and they have to pass it too, which the Senate is left. So chances are that's probably not getting through, but it's definitely worth going to and speaking to. Both, you can call them, you can email them, all of your representatives who are the ones that are actually going to be voting on these.
Yeah.
And there's only a few states right now that the bump stocks are legal in. Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is if you go through their rules, let's say this goes through and you decide you want to register it, well, your state has to, it has to be legal in your state because, the federal government's saying, oh yeah, you register it, it's fine, no big deal. Well, let's say you register it in a state it's not legal. The ATF is going to turn you into that state, and those people are going to come after you at that point. So they're not telling you the full truth here. They're not being completely honest with you. So,
well, in reality, what it will operate as too is a de facto gun registry. There are millions of these guns in circulation. If a portion of the people register, then now the government has possession of a registry.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one way or another. They've got this thing covered over so many different angles.
Oh yeah,
and it's just a big quagmire right now. But just because you do any of these things with your pistol brace now doesn't give you amnesty. It doesn't apply if your state doesn't allow them. So that's something to keep in mind also. So if you say, "Oh, I'll just go register it, then I'm good." Well, if SBRs aren't legal in your state, then then you're still a felon. And you're screwed. But that's another thing too. Registering it, then you're complying. Then this is testing the will. Testing the will. And so if you go and you register it, they win. If you destroy it, they win. If you change the configuration of your pistol for this, they win. The only way that they don't win is that we have to shoot this down. And you do not comply. If you comply and do not voice your opposition, basically what you're saying is that you've proved that they can just take more and more and more to them.
Yeah, you're validating them.
You're validating them, and they're going to continue to do this. If you comply, then they win.
Hey, I have a few things here that I've been waiting to SBR, and right now I don't have to pay a tax stamp on that. I've been waiting to SBR.
But that even SBR is wrong and illegal and unconstitutional. So
is your driver's license.
Exactly. So is your driver's license.
But do you have a driver's license?
I do have a driver's license.
Do you pay car insurance?
Sure.
See? Case in point right there. It is a mandatory thing that shouldn't be, but what is the risk worth the reward? This is the perfect time to get them SBR'd so I don't have to have the tax stamp.
Well, you still have to have you just don't have to pay for it. You still have to have the tax stamp, you just don't pay for it.
Exactly.
Supposedly. Now, I want to know somebody who's done it and didn't have to pay the tax stamp.
I did it on one, mostly to kind of see what the process was. Something that's very interesting, you don't get a tax stamp. You get the form back that the tax stamp usually comes on, but it's missing the tax stamp. Instead, there's a spot that has a check mark basically saying that it was registered through this final rule process. So you have the permission to do it, but you don't have a tax stamp like you would if you had.
Doesn't sound legal to me. Because you're supposed to carry your tax stamp around with you wherever you take, just like a can. You're supposed to carry that tax stamp with you, and if they don't have that tax stamp on there, I guarantee you, if you get rolled up, they're going to say, "Oh no, that's not a tax stamp. Give me your gun. I'm confiscating it until we work this out."
Well, that's the other thing I was wondering, because with these other devices that I would like to have SBR'd, let's just call them devices.
Yeah.
Once they become SBR'd, actually, you're the perfect person to ask. They become a transformer. You could turn them into either an SBR, a standard rifle, at will, back to a pistol.
Not really. Once you register the SBR, it's always an SBR. If you put a 16-inch barrel on it, the ATF is still going to consider it a registered SBR. The only thing is you can exchange the upper receiver. So, this particular one right here, technically an SBR, but I could put a rifle length barrel. I could put a 16-inch barrel on it, but the ATF would still look at it as an SBR for purposes of the National Firearms Act. So technically, you can't take it across state lines without notifying them.
The only way they would know is the serial number. That's the only way they would know. So just looking at it, they would think it was a rifle, and if you did something stupid where they're confiscating your stuff, then that's the only way they would know.
Yeah.
So here's the fine. So if you don't do this, what are you looking at? So you're looking at, was it 10 years in jail and a $250,000 fine per incident, per
offense?
Yeah, per violation. Yeah, per offense, per violation.
Yep, that's what you're looking at. Basically, it'll have the full effect and the full weight of the National Firearms Act. So it's the same as if you made an SBR completely intending to make an SBR without registering it.
Yeah. So I'm not telling anybody not to do, what they feel is right. I mean, obviously,
now
there's consequences.
That is legal.
Just
it's not.
Any sort of magnified optic on it, because the anything over a 1X also falls into the category under the final rule.
So this is now legal.
Technically,
as long as you don't put
technically, you have to get rid of the actual brace.
Yeah, you can't still own that brace. You have to
have it in your possession.
Got to destroy the brace.
What brace?
Well, I mean that's the thing. So you got to decide. You said risk reward earlier, Ton. Risk reward. The risk is 10 years in prison, $250,000 per violation. The reward is you don't comply. You show them that our will is stronger than theirs. They repeal this. They don't try it again.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this shit ain't going to pass. Why waste our time? Let's do something else.
You get another geriatric ice cream cone sucker and child sniffer in office. They're going to try it again.
Well, but they're going to
get a homie hoe to back.
But they're going to know it's not going to be as easy, and they're going to, they're going to have to try something else. But we have to.
There's been no more mention of the M855 ban since we smacked that down.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Right. That's kind of where we're at with this, guys. So you got to decide for yourself. Yeah. If you want to wait this out and see what's going to happen, you risk losing that, like Ton's talking about. If you were going to SBR something right now, $200, or $500 is $200 tax stamp.
$200.
You're going to save yourself $200 to register your guns, get on their registry list. But again, we're on list anyway. We're on list.
If you have an FFL, you're on the list. If you have an SOT, you're on the list.
Yeah.
If
you've got a firearms podcast, you're on the list.
Yeah, if you've bought a pistol, if you've ever bought a pistol, you're on the list. If you have, depending on your state,
built your own AR
carry permit. Yeah. You're on a list no matter what. It's just how many do you want to be on, and how high on that list do you want to be.
But when do you say enough's enough? When do you
say
I'm
enough is enough? I'm a fat, white, tattooed guy that used to ride a motorcycle. When I got pulled over, they didn't say license and registration. They said parole or probation. Dude, for over 15 years, I've never gotten pulled over without them saying parole or probation. And I'm like, neither one. Oh, really? Let me see your ID. I'm like, there you go. oh, you're not. I said, why did I get pulled over? Oh, nothing. Just be safe. This will be a warning. I said, no, why did I get pulled over? No, you just be safe. Be careful. And they would leave.
You just look like a felon. That's what they couldn't say. He's like, dude, you just look like you somebody's prison bitch.
No, my favorite one is we were actually filming in San Diego, and we're driving through, and we get rolled up, and the guys from ICE pulled me over, and they're like, "You mind stepping out of the vehicle?" I was like, "Cool." They're on the loud horn, and I'm not gonna mess with them. It's 10:30 at night. I'm on the way to the hotel in the rental car. I get out, hands behind the head, and all I hear is, "Dude, that's Ton motherfucking Jones." And the officer walks up. He's all, "Bro, I'm so sorry." He's all, you usually don't see a big old fat white tattooed dude in this kind of neighborhood. He's all, "You're just the wrong color and the wrong time of night." He's all, "But bro, I'm so glad I pulled you over. Can I get a picture with you and my buddies?" I was like, "Cool, not a problem." And he was honest about it. He's all, "Dude, we straight profiled you rolling down the street." He's all we saw was this big ass arm hanging out the window with a cigar. He's all, "We knew you didn't belong here." I said, "Yeah, honestly, I'm lost." He's like, "Yeah, you're about 2 blocks from where you should be."
Yeah, I have no problem with profiling, because that's how you catch criminals. You have to profile.
Yeah,
you have to profile. But for something like that, just because you're not doing anything illegal at that point, then that was completely horseshit right there. That was bullshit.
Dude.
But you have to profile. The FBI, all police, they profile. They have.
You've been on the phone with me when I've been pulled over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
That was hilarious.
And I get pulled over all the time. I'm like, "Hey, dash cam."
I wanted you to keep the phone on too the whole time because I wanted to hear it, but you hung up on me.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's get into these interviews. I think we talked enough about that. I think everybody's, we're beating a dead horse on this. I think we made the point of the pistol braces. I think we've given some good information, good updates. Is there anything else that we need to update on the braces or anything?
I don't think so.
I think we covered most everything.
We could once they find out what the motion for clarification comes back as, so we know who the injunction's actually going to apply.
I just think they've got a clear cut and dry case now that the bump stocks ruling has been overturned, and it's the completely exact same thing that they're doing with the pistol braces. So
in a few states,
they can use this as well. Bump stocks are legal in some states too. So it's the same thing. So, but yeah, I think there's a clear cut and dry court case that everybody can refer to like attorneys do in court. They're always referring to previous cases and the rulings and all that. Precedent. And I also understand, Pearce, and you might want to give a little more clarity on this. The Chevron
doctrine. So it was a case, I want to say in the 80s or 90s that I might be wrong on that date, but basically the administrative agencies are given deference as far as their area of quote unquote expertise. That's always been a very controversial case. Basically, if the ATF goes to court, they can say, "Well, we're the experts on this. You need to listen to us."
Right.
And under Chevron, they would actually have some weight to that argument.
Chevron deference is what it's called.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're not allowing. They're not allowing this. They're not allowing the Chevron deference in this ruling, which is huge because if they did, like you said, then the ATF becomes the experts, and what they say is what the courts will use to make their decision. And that's huge that they're not allowing this Chevron deference. That's the other thing that I wanted to point out. So, all right, enough of that. Let's get into these interviews. We've got Mike Pappas with Dead Air. Adam is also in that interview with Mike Pappas with Dead Air, Adam Ranala. Ron with Ryker USA. We're going to do Derrick with Phoenix Trinity Arms, talk about their 2011s, and Boombstick Babe joins us for that. Paul with Legally Armed, and Laura, and our good buddy Ton is in that interview. And I'm going to throw the Andrei Arlovsky interview in on this also. The UFC heavyweight MMA champion. I don't think he's with UFC anymore. I'm not sure. But he's still fighting. You know, he's still got a career. He's just a monster. But that was a fun interview. I did post that video already, the interview that I did with Andre on the YouTube, just kind of by itself. So you guys can go out there and find that. But enjoy these interviews, and we'll catch you on the tail end of this, guys.
Introducing our new belly band holster. Whether you're hitting the gym or running a quick errand, our belly band is one of the most comfortable and safest ways to carry your firearm. The center section allows you to carry most common pistols. Left or right-handed, this has you covered. A hard laminate trigger shield protects the firearm's trigger from unwanted intrusion, giving you ease of mind while carrying every day. 2 elastic sleeves give you the flexibility to carry other everyday items, such as spare mags, flashlight, knife, or pepper spray. 2 zippered pockets run on both sides, offering the option to carry smaller items, such as money, cards, or keys. Flush fit on your lower back or waist, easily keeping your setup discreet no matter how you choose to carry. Utilizing 3D spacer mesh, these channels allow for exceptional and efficient airflow, giving you maximum comfort and keeping you cool. Carry whenever you want, how you want, with our new belly band holster. Available now.
Go to missionfirsttactical.com. Use the code LEADHEAD for an exclusive listener-only 20% discount.
So welcome back, Leadheads. We are at the 2023 NRA annual meeting here in Indy. I almost said Houston. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we are bringing it to you from the lead quarters here at Kel-Tec, ladies and gentlemen. So Evan is over here to my left taking some photos, getting everything right. I'm going to ask you if you wouldn't mind manning this. It's just 1 and 2. So I'm going to switch it to me, and then you can switch it to our beautiful guests who are joining us. So we've got Paul and Laura with Legally Armed America. You may know him, may have heard of him. He's got this YouTube channel that he does. Also wrote a book.
Yep.
So he's an author now. Is this your first book?
This is my first book, yeah.
No, it's your second book.
Laura's like, no.
Technically, it's my second book, yeah.
Tell them about your first book.
The first book was 101 Reasons Why Gun Control is Good for America, and it's got 101 blank pages in it. So that I was testing the publishing company's abilities to publish a good book and have the right cover and everything, where the pages didn't fall out, because I self-published my second book. So that was the first book. It was really just a test run.
And how long ago was that?
That was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then I wrote the other book year before last.
Very nice. And what's what's your second book?
The second book is called How to Make a Monster, and it's on mass shooters. I call them rampage killers, but I use the term mass shooters because that's what the media likes to use, so people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, mass murderers.
Yeah, mass killers. So, it was a good book. I researched it for 2 years and bought a ton of books that probably had bigger words than what I should be reading, but still learned. I mean, you don't have to have a diploma to know how to read and put things together.
Right.
And look.
You want to give your ghostwriter credit? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's really all me. Actually, she was one of the editors of the book.
We've met, Laura. Where have we met?
I have no
You
clue.
used to do
Maybe
a
at
big
the Circle Bar?
magazine publication, didn't you?
Mm-mm.
You didn't manage a big magazine publication? Okay.
No.
All right. My bad. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
It was probably the Circle Bar.
Could probably.
Infamous Circle Bar.
That's right. That's right.
All good things happen at Circle Bar.
That's right. All good deals are made at the Circle Bar.
That's right.
After midnight.
Is that where you made your book deal?
No, I did everything myself.
So you did it all yourself?
Yeah. I wrote it, published it, everything.
Nice.
I knew it wouldn't see the light of day if somebody else. It's got some controversial stuff in there. I talk about the pharmaceutical industry a little bit too. So there's some things in there that mainstream media is not real happy with. So I knew I would have to do it myself if it was going to see the light of day. So I self-published it, everything.
And where can people get this book?
They can get it at howtomakeamonster.com. It's also available on Amazon as well.
Okay.
I would say here, but I've sold out. We brought books to the Rock Island Armory booth, and we sold out.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Did you do autographs?
Yep. I've signed every single book that I've ever sold.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And also joining us is none other than my favorite person in the whole wide world that's sitting to the left of Paul is Ton Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
You missed me, didn't you, brother?
I did.
Like
it's been
the
too
plague.
long. When's the last time you were in, like 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
Thank you. I've missed you.
Of course, we have no idea what episode this is going to be.
Yeah. So it could be like
Could have
4,
been 10 or
6,
12
yeah.
or 40 or 1.
Yeah, 1.
You could do the pre-show to this one with me.
Yeah, it depends on what happens between now and then.
That's right. So, are you guys familiar with Ton?
I'm not, unfortunately.
Did you watch TV in the early 70s?
Of course.
Dude, me and you were about to go rounds, Cupcake. Me and you.
So he had this show where they would go around the country and steal things from warehouses. It was called like
You dirty pirate
Warehouse Thieves. Or
You dirty
something.
It's called Auction Hunter.
Auction
Oh,
Hunters.
gee,
I'm sorry.
bastard.
Auction Hunters.
All right.
It was on Spike TV.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And this is your star, right?
All
here.
right.
Ton Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
I
Nice
want
to
to
meet
see
you.
that show now.
Yeah, he keeps
Yeah,
messing
now-
with me.
Now I'm curious.
I like messing with him. It gets him going. Gets him riled up. I love getting that blood pressure up.
You're doing it so well.
I love it. So, Paul, talk about your YouTube channel. Tell us how you got started into the YouTube world.
Actually, I had a, if you want to call it a local syndicated conservative TV show down in the Louisiana area, which is where I'm from. And this was back in 2008, 2009, and 10-ish. And every time I would do segments on the conservative show on guns, because I've always been involved in guns, those segments would take off and get way more popular. The political world is really polarizing. Like, you
Do tell.
yeah, I mean, it's like
No, do tell.
You're not sponsors. I had people who would underwrite my show, but didn't want anybody, like local attorneys,
Yeah.
that would underwrite the show, but didn't want anybody to know that
They
they were
don't
paying
be
for it.
their name put out there.
Yeah. So it was really hard to make any money at it. And I wasn't doing it for money, but it's nice to make money doing what you're working
Sure.
on. So I realized,
that was kind of the heyday of YouTube too. Or
yeah, it was. It was whenever everything was kind of starting to
bloom.
Yeah.
They weren't choking people down. And
Yep. And I had just decided to do a spin-off called Legally Armed America from my podcast that I was doing, or TV show that I was doing down there, and then Sandy Hook happened.
Yeah.
Well, then all the focus went to gun control, and everything that we were doing, I was starting to do gun reviews and things like that. Well, my old job in my previous life, I worked in contracts for utility companies, so I understand legalese and legal language.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things that I really focused on with my channel, Legally Armed America, was dissecting all the bills and simplifying them to where
Getting
people
through the BS and putting
Well,
it in layman's terms.
Because the thing is, if your average person doesn't understand it, they don't call senators, congressmen, governors, or anybody like that and voice their opinions because they don't understand the bill and they feel stupid whenever they do.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in the wrong way because I was there at one time.
Sure.
So I felt it kind of as a service to be able to say, all right, I'm going to dumb this down, provide bullet points for you in bite-sized pieces where you can understand this. And I would even go so far as to write sample letters, what you needed to send to your congressman. You fill in the blanks and do your own thing. And that just kind of took off. So over the years, YouTube has, in a really weird way, like an abusive relationship, been good to me.
Yeah.
But it's been probably, it's a double-edged sword,
Absolutely.
Such a pain in the butt to deal with.
Yeah. So we started this right after Sandy Hook happened too. This podcast,
Okay,
Talking
all right.
Lead. So 2012.
Yeah.
December 2012
Yeah.
is when we started this podcast.
Okay.
Too. It was right when Sandy Hook. Right.
Oh,
after it
yeah,
happened.
man.
And we're like, oh my gosh, this is never going to take off.
Right.
Firearms podcast? No, we're going to be chastised and blocked and hated and
Right.
But it's quite the opposite.
That's right.
Because people are starving for information.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
and real information.
Well, it's funny that your podcast is probably just blown up massively right now because the weird thing was podcasts were big, then they weren't, and now they are again.
Mhm.
They're like they've ridden a wave,
Yeah.
and they're back like massively right now. Obviously, the Joe Rogans and all that helped too, but
Sure.
still, it's like they trailed off and then blew back up again. And
But we never experienced really just like a drop.
Yeah.
It just kind of plateaued there
Right,
for a little
right.
bit, and then
But then it took
and
off,
now
right?
it's. I mean, there's over 2 million podcasts out there now.
Yes, that's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
So when we got in it, there was, 1,000. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it's a good space to be in right now. And you know what? Also, the timing of everything right now. YouTube, for instance, people don't watch news anymore. I mean, so many of the videos I put out at least one video a day. And there's so many people that will tell me in the comment section that I don't watch any news. I go to YouTube and go to the people that I trust, and that's where I pull my news from.
Yeah.
In fact, Lisa from Rock Island Armory was telling us a while ago, she was joking, but she was saying, I log into your channel to see what happened. My husband's like, did you see the news? She goes, I don't watch the news. I go to Paul's channel and see what's on there. Because she's looking for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a lot of these people now just don't trust the media anymore.
Absolutely.
And we may not be totally accurate, and we obviously don't have the resources they do to be the first on the scene and all that kind of stuff. But I think we dissect through, and like you guys, you siphon through all the BS.
You read between the lines,
That's right.
And kind of see exactly where they're headed with
Correct.
this. But you look at both sides. You have to look at both sides.
That's right.
And then you meet somewhere in the middle, and that's probably closer to the truth than you're ever going to get.
Well, and I think like your audience will build a relationship with you. And they get to where they feel like this guy's not going to lie to me.
Right.
And even if you don't have the cutting edge news that the news media might have, you have what's trustworthy. They feel like they're not passing on bad information if they repeat what you told them.
Yeah. Unless I have Ton on the show, and then that goes out the window.
Well, I can tell that's the loose cannon you got right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Coming from the film and television world, it's funny because I got to watch a lot of news broadcasts. And to see the delightful scripts that they read from, even though they're first on the scene and they're doing that, they have some jackwagon in the background that's actually reading off a script from someone sitting inside the van, filtering out what they're allowed to say, what they can and cannot say, how they want you to feel emotionally, and how they want you to react.
Yeah.
And the way they do the news is actually quite amusing. They will do a cute puppy dog story. Then right after that, where you're feeling nice and warm, do something to make sure you crash emotionally to make you feel the complete opposite and swing. So they play on people's emotions just for that one factor, not to actually give you the news, just to play with your emotions and get a reaction.
Not news.
Yeah.
Well, and then they immediately throw to commercial break where they're selling you pharmaceuticals to fight your depression.
Exactly.
that they just sent you into.
Yeah, we just crashed your emotions and made you like all over the place.
That's right.
Now let me give you a pill for that.
Here's some Prozac for you.
And we're going to read off all the problems it gives you really quick and really fast. Yeah, I'm like, you guys are just assholes.
So Laura, how do you fit into this mix?
Oh, I met Paul on a hog hunt.
Yes. That's a great place to meet.
Oh,
love at first sight, huh?
Is that the year?
Yeah, in
it's
2014.
pretty epic.
I had invited a bunch of people like the Caltex or whatever, different people in different parts of the industry, the gun industry down there, and she was representing the laser
Laser
site
at the time.
Yeah.
Laser Max, okay.
Mostly guide rod lasers.
Yeah.
But so met him and a whole bunch of other people on that. We were down there for like a long weekend.
Yeah. And we're all still friends
ever since.
Very good. Now, do you let her on the podcast or the show, the YouTube
she's not
channel?
comfortable being here right now. She
She
doesn't like a mic in her face or a camera in her face.
I don't. So my day job is I do marketing and public relations consulting for the firearms industry.
Uh-huh.
So I have my own business. It's called Silver Bullet Marketing.
Okay.
And I
Silver Bullet.
have
Nice.
a variety of different clients, and I help them with media, strategy, advertising, things like that. And I help dudes like him
Dudes.
get a little bit more visibility
Yeah.
with his platform through various outlets.
Nice.
Helping him with sponsorships and things like that.
Well, you're welcome to come on the show anytime. We'd love to have you. There's a pressing issue, which there usually always is. We'd love to have you on, and the Leadheads, I'm sure, would love to hear from you and get your point of view and your side of things.
I'll bring you guys back a copy of my book. I have, I think, one more left in the booth.
Oh, I'd
over
love
there.
that. Yeah, that would be great. So, who's the wrestling legend that's out there? Andre. Are you into wrestling at all?
I know nothing about
MMA?
wrestling. If you would, the only Andre I know in wrestling is the Giant. I know he's
Andre the Giant?
So,
Agassi.
Andre Agassi?
Yeah.
That's a tennis player.
Yeah.
That's the only Andre he knows.
I think that's Agassi.
The tennis player.
Yeah.
Andre Agassi. Yeah. So, what do you got new and exciting coming up with your YouTube channel? You got some big plans? You got any events like the hog hunt planned?
I wish, but no. The next thing we do is I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with John Patton's Gun Con up at the Brown Hills area.
Heard of
in
it.
Iowa.
Yeah.
There'll be a panel of YouTubers that'll be up there answering questions from the attendees and stuff like that. That's in June. That's probably the next thing that we have outside of the ordinary.
Let me ask you this, because they have that term influencer now.
Yeah. Love that term.
I hate that term, and I refuse to be lumped in with that term because I see me more as media than an influencer. Now, Ton's an influencer.
Oh, dude,
he influences bad tattoos.
Well, I mean, the influence isn't always good influence, right? Or bad influence.
Good or bad, it could go either way.
That's right.
Where's your blazer at, by the way?
My blazer?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
It's like 80 degrees in here.
Well,
it's
beauty
so hot.
is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah, good thing he's blind.
Actually, I do have a Cadillac in this eye.
So
Paul,
I'm headed to the Girl in a Gun National Conference next week.
Yes.
600 other women. I think there's going to be
that's going to be an awesome event.
People there, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be a good time.
Instruction. Yeah, I just got back from Gun Sight. That was awesome.
That I was there. When were we there? We were there together. Yep. Yeah, Tony and I was there together like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yes.
Yeah. I was with the Girls with Guns Ruger Rendezvous. It was awesome. Get to come home with a Ruger Max 9.
So Jen and Narissa.
Yeah.
I just saw Jen. We walked by and saw her, but they've been on the show several times.
Nice.
Love those girls.
Same.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You maybe should have them on your YouTube.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
Remember they were years ago. It was a SHOT Show?
Yeah, they were.
This is several years ago. When
Might have been NRA.
Maybe so. They were really starting
They start
their brand.
bleeding together after a while, right?
Yeah, but they've done such a great job with their brand.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with those ladies.
Yeah. And women love their clothing. I think they've got some men's things now too.
Oh yeah, they branched out into the.
I think they might have like some men's pants and stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.
So girls with men with guns.
Girls with men with guns.
Well, don't guys like girls with guns? Like it kind of fits.
Yeah, either way, without, I'm okay.
Depends on how you treat your girl. I guess not everybody wants a girl with a gun.
So how can people follow you, Paul, on your social medias, and of course I'm the YouTube, Legally Armed.
Yeah, Legally Armed America is the best way to find me, and it's pretty much universal. If you search for it, it'll come up.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Man.
I appreciate it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And like I said, you are always welcome on the show.
Yeah, thanks.
Laura, you are always welcome as well.
Thank you, sir.
Love to have you all back sometime. So
we can talk Second Amendment stuff.
Ton, I'm sure you're going to hang out and wait for the wrestling guy to join us here.
I will stay here and hang out with you.
Okay,
because you know what?
Sounds good.
I missed you.
Are they going to wrestle? Because I'd stay.
They might. I mean, the way he mouths off, you never know. Andre,
the odds
may pop
are,
him.
yeah, I'm going to get an ass whooping.
Yeah.
It's
so
fair to middling.
We will be back with more here from the Kel-Tec booth at the 2023 NRA from the headquarters.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that, man.
That was awesome.
Then Thompson just walked into the...
As long as I can
scoot that way a little bit. That way she can get in the camera.
As long as I could fill up that 2011 you got there.
All right. Which one do you want? This one? That one?
This is so sexual chocolate.
You're hilarious. This is why I want you on.
Yeah.
I'll stay. If you want me here, I'll stay.
Is she not going to come? You're not coming? You're not coming?
No. Okay.
Chicken.
Cheap.
All right, guys, we are back at the 2023 SHOT Show.
This isn't SHOT Show.
No, this is NRA 2023 NRA here in Indy, and we're bringing you all the goodness, all the information from the Talking Lead podcast here at the official headquarters of Kel-Tec. And joining me now, we've got the beautiful, the talented, the smart Derrick.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
The Boombstick Babe Alicia Garcia. Joining us again,
Nice.
Yes,
Leadheads.
indeed.
You know her, you love her. She's the
You wanna
Oompa
send me
Loompa
money?
from Colorado.
I take Cash App.
Cash App. She's trying to buy that RV.
Yeah.
She
I
can
am.
tour the country. Also joining us, ladies and gentlemen, it's my new good friend that we met at the Gun Sight event.
Yes, we did.
From the Lockdown folks.
Yep.
It's Derrick, ladies and gentlemen, and his better half is not going to join us.
No, she's out.
She's being an antisocial. So
yeah,
I'm going to switch the camera back on you guys. Okay. I just got this new setup here with the cameras and the switchers, and
it's nice.
So people can see me.
So people can see you. We're not live streaming, but they will be able to see you.
So don't do anything on. Weird. Like I don't know what to do with my hands.
I am that person. I only have two looks. Like you're gonna pay me a toll to cross my bridge.
Oh, okay.
Look, or
So Derrick's better half is Gun Girl Jen.
Yep.
And she's not going to join us, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because we've actually got a purpose for Derrick being here without her.
Yep.
Derrick has a new job.
I do. I'm marketing director for Phoenix Trinity Firearms.
Congratulations.
Yes. So that's good. Working with them for a little over a month now. I've worked with them before as a sponsored shooter, and then just kind of took over the marketing director role. So
now, is this going to interfere with your competition shooting?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. So it's going to be like a nice merge with the two.
I can work remotely as long as I got Wi-Fi or internet. I'm good to go.
So. Hell yeah, there you go. So Phoenix Trinity Manufacturing, I'm not familiar with them. Yeah. So educate me and my listeners on
so we're not a very large company, but we've been building guns since 2011.
2011, okay.
So we started out.
That's going to come into play here in a minute.
Yes, we started manufacturing grips, one-piece grips for 2011 pistols or double-stacked 1911 pistols.
Right.
And the hardest part was there were some other companies making them, but they would always break. 300 rounds, 800 rounds, they would actually crack. The actual grip would break because of the way they were made.
Recoil.
Yeah, the way they were made and just the machining process. Nobody could figure it out. Well, Brian, the head there, designer and machinist.
The head egghead.
Yeah, he's the head dude. So he came out with all this design, figured out a way to make the grip way better than the plastic grip, and it actually lasts and holds up, and we don't have any issues with them. But
so is this they just into the frame is a metal grip?
So yeah, the grip is actually the grip is aluminum. We machine it in one piece.
Okay.
So it's out of billet 7075 aluminum, and then that actually bolts onto the frame there.
I'll let you hold it because the camera's on you.
Yeah.
Good God.
So this is the grip we make here. This is what we started with, and then this is the whole gun. So this is our branding model. It's called the H Pro.
The H Pro. Okay.
One of the things that a lot of people don't understand about our guns and why they're so much smoother than every other double-stack 1911 or 2011 out there is we use a locking block. Instead of a linked barrel, we use a locking block, and what that allows us to do is we can actually change barrels on the gun. So you can buy one gun, have multiple calibers. If you want a comped barrel, you can put a comped barrel in. If you want a sight block barrel like this, you can put a sight block barrel in.
So from that frame, how many different calibers can I get from that one frame?
We have a gun over at our booth right now that has 5 different barrels.
5 different calibers.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty cool there.
Not 5 different calibers, but we have 9mm major, we have 9mm minor, then you have 40 cal, 38 super comp.
Gotcha.
And then we can do a 3-port comp for the race guns, or we can do a single port comp and kind of go from there. So this is the H Pro, so smooth, easy to rack, and it shoots even better than it looks.
Now, can they go through you guys to get these, or are they got to go through dealers?
So we have a dealer network. Right now, because we're growing our dealer network, you can call us, or you can actually talk to one of the dealers that's on our website. You can go to our website, locate a dealer, and go to there. That's the fastest way to get one of the guns.
Sure.
So
that's what people want fast.
Yeah, they want it fast.
The fastest way to get one of these guns is you just give it to me.
I just walk home.
Well, that too. We still got to build it though. So our guns are custom built. Our lead time on them is what we've been really trying to work on. So we have a 45-day lead time.
Okay.
So 6 weeks to get a completely custom gun. Not bad at all. We start from scratch, so the slide and the frame go through the machine process together. So it's a match set all the way through.
Right.
So we don't have it, it's a completely custom built gun. The barrels are all fit at the factory, so if you want more barrels, you can just add a barrel on. And
where are we starting at price-wise on these?
So the H Pro, because of our new grip, this is the Pro grip, is around $4,500 in this format, and we can do, this is our new adjustable sight.
So you can, for competition guys, if they want some adjustability to it, they can do that. Or any optic mount, we offer all the optic mounts for all the different optics.
Sure.
So you can put, and it's got a backup iron sight on the optic too. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Somebody getting goosed
I know.
out there.
Woo.
So you offer other models as
Yes.
well.
Yep.
And you've got one here.
Yep.
So talk about this 1776 beauty right here.
So this is the Morph 1776, and it's going to be hard. I mean, we have to maybe put it up to the camera, but so
the guns are clear, everyone.
Yes, they are. They actually have cut down firing pins. They couldn't fire if you tried. So
yeah.
No, I think the camera's on me now. Yep.
Yep.
All right, talk about it.
So the machining, I mean, you can just see it's a work of art. It's they figured out a way to machine these guns and put the stars and stripes in them. The grip is just amazing, and the stars in the front of the grip there actually give really good texture. So it's not slippery at all. You really can hold it in your hand good. And that is our considered carry gun. I would say a coffee table carry gun.
I like that.
It's very good. It's like one of those barbecue guns. Like, if you need to use it in self-defense, you might as well have the best gun you could possibly use it in, right? I mean, you want to flex on fours.
This is a custom gun as well?
No, yeah, they're all custom built. They all got match set.
All Aston Martins of the gun world.
Yep, and that's got the same mechanism, the locking block in here. So that's a 40 Smith & Wesson barrel in it right now. We actually have a 9mm barrel at our booth over there, and
and you can switch them in and out.
Switch them in and out
That
within
is awesome.
30 seconds.
That is awesome.
So,
and this is called the Morph?
That's a Morph 1776.
Morph 1770. And where do these start at price-wise?
They start, the Morph is about $4,000, $39,999. So
okay,
for that, and then if you want to change it up, I mean, we go through the build list with you. So if you want like a different color slide, different color grip, we can anodize those different colors for you too to kind of customize it to you. And it just kind of goes from there.
Highly customizable.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our safeties, we build 90% of this gun in-house. The only thing that we don't build are screws, magazines, and springs.
Right.
So
now you're saying this is Jen's gun right here?
Yep, that's Jen's.
This is the one she uses in competition?
Yep. Yep,
that's
she shoots in TAC ops and 3-gun competitions, so they have to use iron sight pistols.
Sure.
They can use a scope, but only one scope, and then they use a tube-fed shotgun like a Benelli M2. So
right.
That
Well,
is
very
hers,
cool.
yeah.
This is awesome. So this is from Phoenix Trinity Firearms.
Yep.
PTF.
Yep.
PTF. And what's the website?
It's ptrinity.com.
ptrinity.com. And you guys on the social medias?
Yep, we're Instagram, Phoenix Trinity Firearms, on Facebook, Phoenix Trinity Firearms, and then on YouTube.
And on the boob tubes.
Yep, boob tubes.
And then if they want to follow you, Derrick.
Yep, I'm 3Gun Smith on Instagram, and then 3Gun Smith on Facebook, and then Jen and I have a YouTube channel together called Married with Guns.
That's
so
awesome.
cute.
Married with Guns.
Oh,
I love
that's
that.
so
Do you have a theme song with that? Is it?
It's a little bit. We got a little bit of a theme song, but our other name together, our combined name is called Generic.
Derrick, Generic. That's great. I like. Do y'all have shirts made up with that?
No, but we should.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody made that up for us, so we've just been using it.
That is awesome.
Telling people that. So
I love it.
cool.
I love it. And Alicia.
Yes.
Again, everyone, give them your social medias where they can follow you.
At the Boombstick Babe on Instagram. I have a really bad YouTube channel, the Boombstick Babe. There, anywhere you find the Boombstick Babe, it's gonna be me. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on all the stuff.
Not changing it to the tactical Oompa Loompa.
Not yet.
Not
yet. I'm working on the shirt though.
Okay.
I'm working on the shirt.
I like it. Patch maybe in the future.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
It might as well
We'll see
just
what
happen.
happens.
It might as well just happen.
Just do it.
I do it anyway, so it might as well just rock it till the wheels fall off already.
There you go. Guys, thank you so much for taking time to join us. Love to get you on, and let's do a little deeper dive with Phoenix Training.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to shoot
or
things.
Phoenix Trinity, sorry, not Training. And go into more of the company history and more of your products and stuff.
Yeah, for
Love
sure.
to get you on the main channel and do that.
That'd be awesome.
All right, Leadheads, that does it. That's a wrap here at the 2023 NRA at the Kel-Tec booth. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the goodness that we've been bringing you. And tune in because we've got more from our regular show and the Talking Lead AK Corner. Tune in each and every week. Perfect. Woo!
Hey Leadheads, Dwight Settle with Seal One. Just here to talk to you and tell you a little bit about our product. Seal One CLP Plus is a bio-based, non-toxic product. It comes in a paste, liquid, aerosol, and pre-saturated bore-specific patches called sealskins. They all do the same thing, just different methods of application. The best way to use our product is to start with a clean firearm. There's two reasons why I say that. First, you start with the Seal One CLP Plus by field stripping your firearm and covering the entire firearm inside and out, bore, barrel, everything with the Seal One CLP Plus. You'll see how easy it spreads around. You'll want to wait about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you come back and you want to wipe it all off. So you see how easy it is to put on and remove. And the second reason we say to use a clean firearm is you'll find that it's not clean. We're going to pull out more carbon that's been left behind with whatever product you've been using before. Okay, it takes about 3 cleanings, so I like to say a clean shoot, clean shoot, clean shoot, just normal usage before the Seal One CLP Plus has removed whatever product that you were using before and has seasoned the firearm. It's kind of like breaking in a cast iron skillet. And after that first cleaning, you will notice a difference. And with each successive cleaning, you will find that it gets easier and easier to clean. Seal One CLP Plus is a dry lubricant and is designed to work as such. You will find that malfunctions are virtually eliminated when used properly because the majority of all malfunctions are caused to carbon buildup. And with the Seal One CLP Plus, the carbon does not build up. Seal One CLP Plus is safe on all metals, plastics, composites, polymers, rubber, wood, and leather. Seal One CLP Plus is a one-and-done formulation. No other products are required or needed to clean and lubricate and protect your firearm. That's why we say Seal One and done. Seal One is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. Use the code LEADHEAD for a 25% off discount.
All right, Leadheads, we are back at the 2023 NRA here in Indy at the official lead quarters of Kel-Tec. And joining me now is my good buddy, longtime friend, and fellow groomsman.
Yeah, next week, big wedding.
Adam Ronaldo, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you guys?
It's good to see you, buddy.
Always good to be seen, brother.
So we haven't talked since SHOT Show.
Well, we haven't talked on an official...
on the
yeah,
show
yeah.
since SHOT Show. We were together last weekend.
We were 2 weekends ago now.
Was it 2 weekends?
Blurring together.
That's
yeah.
right. It was a good time.
Yeah.
In Nash Vegas.
Yeah.
Really good time. So you've brought a friend with you.
I have brought the one, the only, the legend, Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky.
Andre, welcome to the Talking Lead podcast.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for our listeners who aren't up to date and into the wrestling world, Adam.
The wrestling world?
The wrestling world. The MMA.
Yeah.
Sounds better, MMA.
I always call MMA wrestling.
I mean, technically UFC and WWE just merged 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
And
so
doesn't mean shit. MMA is still MMA.
You're basically like the new Hulk Hogan.
Martial arts. So
I was going to say Randy.
Oh yeah, brother.
Randy Macho Man Sandy.
That's who I just did too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's who. You said Hulk Hogan, but you did Macho Man.
I'm all jacked up on caffeine. Yeah.
The monster.
Yeah.
The monster will do that to you.
Yeah.
So Andre, talk to us a little bit about how you got into the MMA world.
MMA.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 24 years ago, and probably till today I'm the oldest fighter still compete. My next fight is going to be in June 3rd. And thanks to my wife, I get involved in the gun industry. I met Adam, so I hope I'm in a good hands, right, Adam?
I try, yeah.
I'm going to have a good...
I try to keep my hands off you as well.
I mean,
don't touch.
Exactly, don't touch. I mean, like, gun-wise, I'm going to have where I want. I'm still waiting for my MP5, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah,
so many months.
So obviously Andre is the brand ambassador for Canik, and he's done an amazing job over the last year. He actually just made a commitment to stay on with us for another year. We're really excited to have him. He's just, really embodies what is the Canik brand, and that is continuing to work, continuing to do the best you can be, and always being ready. And obviously Andre has proven that. I'll let you tell the story.
And showing what a great country that America is, because obviously, 100%. Andre, you're not from Boston.
I'm from Belarus, former Soviet Republic, and proud to be an American right now.
So I just had this gentleman on the show, Marco Vorobiev, and he is also a former Soviet. He was a Spetsnaz general. He's a little bit older than you, but he was a Soviet Spetsnaz.
Okay.
And he's an American now. Yeah, he's over here in America and writing books. So I think you come from the same area as Marco.
Belarus.
Like I said,
Yeah.
Belarus is former Soviet Republic. After 1992, it became 15 different countries, and
yeah.
I was former police officer. Also, I passed test to become a Secret Service for at that time president. But I thought to myself, this guy is supposed to be president 2 more years, and he's going to reelect Belarus is going to reelect a new guy, and he's going to hire new guys. Same guy still. In charge of Belarus 28 years later.
28 years later, same guy, yeah.
But because
31, I'm sorry,
that's not
31.
a dictatorship, is it?
But the reason, what's funny is that's the reason he got in MMA. So he trained and stuff, obviously, with law enforcement.
No, it was a different story. When I became a world champion in Sambo, and the government in Belarus paid me $50, and I remember...
$50.
$50.
For becoming the world champion in Sambo.
And I put $3 more, and I bought first pager Motorola. I was super happy.
You got a pager.
Actually, I remember my grandma, I'm going to be in 10 minutes. I'm like, a lot of people, please send me a message on my pager.
You wanted her pager so you look cool.
I want a cool and big shot, yeah.
You like Miami Vice. Beep, beep.
Yep, and at that time I met people who was bringing MMA fighters, boxers, kickboxers to United States, and actually at that time they pay me $50 per month. So I was a really big shot.
You were really raking it in then, huh?
And I decided, probably I'm gonna move to United States. Be honest with you, first 3 years was horrible. I was like on the phone like 24/7 because I was alone, miserable,
homesick.
Yeah, and now it's time's proof it was one of the best decisions I ever made.
I always see proofs in the pudding, and
obviously not just on the fighting. I tell you, we've gotten to be pretty close over the last couple of years, and one of the most impressive things I see is, his love for his country. And this is it fair to say this is
your adopted country?
America, yeah. And then his family. And he has these 2 beautiful young boys that are just like the apples of his eye. He's got a beautiful wife from Russia that loves this country just as much. And and they're all over here.
Okay.
And it's the American dream, man. They have a beautiful home. He drives a car that he loves. He gets up every day.
World MMA champion.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Straps on, but
getting ready to be
conceal. But puts on his Canik pistol.
Then straps up, loads up. Which state do you live in?
God bless Florida.
There you go. Very nice. So you don't have any of those nasty restrictions like some of
I used to live 13
have.
years in Chicago, Illinois, and actually I was a big shot because I'm a former police officer, and I had a lot of friends who were still police officers in service, and one of my friends, he was shot and he retired from police and he moved to Hawaii, and my wife told me, listen, you're not going to live all your life with your friends. We have to do something. We moved to Florida thanks to her because it was one of the best decisions. The best decision I made.
So you said you were a police officer. What was your carry there? What was your service pistol?
In Belarus. A stick.
I finished police academy. I became a lieutenant. It's like different ranks than in the United States. But first months when I was in service, we went to arrest some gangsters. Actually, they gave me a fucking stick.
Are you serious?
And
he was serious.
I was making that up.
Yeah.
You were just joking.
Because I was an athlete, I was be able to run, and I remember we chased them in the forest. And actually, guy K9 unit, he gave me his AK. I was able to run with AK. Yeah, but
nice.
Otherwise, because I didn't pass some tests, because I didn't have time to do tests. That's why they didn't give me firearms.
A stick.
In Police Academy, we had the firearm class. It's like in the range we spent probably maybe 35 to 45 minutes per month, and we got only fucking 10 bullets.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So the first thing you did when you got to America, what was the first thing?
The most American first thing you did.
Yeah, after
Splurge. Like, what did you go get a big pizza? Did you
get a McDonald's burger?
No.
Yeah.
My father, he was in the military, and he served 5 years in Hungary.
Okay.
And actually, I at that time I was kind of able to see how people lives outside the Soviet Union. But what surprised me and shocked me when I came to Chicago first city, high rise, yeah.
The high rise buildings.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, Russia's got some beautiful architecture, though. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, but
can't
Russia, I
deny
was in
that.
Belarus. It's pretty much like
the aftermath
It's a
of
little
Russia.
small.
compared to let's say probably
Like New Jersey to New York, kind of
probably yeah.
Or Murfreesboro to New York.
thing. Yeah. So I tell you what.
He doesn't know what Murfreesboro is.
Yeah, it's a little town. You don't want to know.
That's where I live.
Yeah, I know.
Buffalo, New York?
So no, Murfreesboro.
Murphy, okay.
Yeah, Tennessee.
That's where I live.
So
Redneck.
you're what, 44?
Now?
Yeah.
Why are you asking?
No, I'm saying. So I mean, are you 44 or 43? You're 44.
You might.
Why are you asking?
The reason I ask is because the fact of you're like we talk about this is
I think he's 52.
in terms of training.
Easy.
In terms of training, but you every day you're getting up and you're training.
44.
And you're training. Yeah, because see now he thought it was going a bad way.
Right,
But
yeah.
you're doing this against guys that are half your age and competing at a high level. And
If I would start some stuff earlier, some of them might be my sons. age of my sons.
yeah, but the crazy
They
thing
might
is,
be.
and that goes, and this is how he
No,
trains.
no.
And this is how he trains when he in firearms too. He's diligent in it, and it's
He's got a regiment.
yeah, and
regime.
it's really interesting to see. We joke around a lot. He can be silly, but when it's time to go to work, that's one of the things I think is one of the biggest reasons Canik was excited to work with you, is because you go to work and you go to work for real. And I think that's important in training. And anything I've ever done with you and in the training classes, even God rest his soul, Jaeger and all those guys that are good friends
Right.
of ours. That was a time. We could all joke around and bust each other's chops, but when we were on the range, it was time to go to frickin' work. And
Absolutely.
you fight like you train and train like you fight. And that's I think Andre's proven at 44 years old that he can still hang in the octagon with some of the baddest men in the world, and he is one of the baddest men.
There's no doubt about
Three-time
it. I watched your last
three-time
fight.
heavyweight champion of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's.
When's
pretty-
the next one? When's your up?
June
next-
3rd.
June the 3rd coming
Yeah.
up.
back in the
Yeah,
octagon in the
in Las
UFC
Vegas.
June
Coming up.
3rd. Yeah,
He said he was going to bring me. Adam said he was going to bring
Adam,
me.
bring people.
bring
To
people.
support me.
He was going to bring me. Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring him by, man. Yeah, obviously I know. This is what this industry is about. This is what this event is
Absolutely.
about. And
Yeah.
man, wanted to come say hi.
Andre, I really appreciate you being
Thank you
on.
very
Adam,
much.
thank you for bringing by.
Absolutely.
Introducing the Leadhead Brigade to Andre, and the next fight's coming up June 3rd.
June 3rd, yeah.
And you can get ESPN, I think, is where you watch the MMA fights.
So I'll tell you what we'll do too. We'll get you some cool. We'll get to the Leadhead Brigade. We'll get some cool UFC gloves signed by Andre, and we can give them away. Somehow.
Let's do a charity with that.
Deal.
Let's do
Done.
a charity raffle with that. We'll raise
Absolutely,
some
we
money.
can do it. Sheepdog and some cool
Sheepdog,
stuff like
something
that.
like that.
Done.
Yeah,
We'll also
that'd be
do. Maybe
awesome.
we can even do like an AK and get them,
That
or a
would be
Canik. We'll do a
awesome.
Canik pistol signed by Andre.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Awesome.
So one last question, Andre, before we leave. All right, it's not going to be intrusive or anything like that. So, did you go to SHOT Show? Were you at SHOT
Yes.
Show? All right. So, going around to these different, and of course, where you come from, these events like NRA and SHOT Show, and just seeing this culture. The first time that you were exposed to it, what was your reaction?
Shock. Because in Belarus, if they find some couple rounds on your desk, you might fucking serve 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
And when it's here, people so much cared about Second Amendment, about guns, it's for me it was wow, and it's very impressive. And like I said, God bless Florida. We have Florida and Texas, I think, the best states in the United States.
There you go.
Gun-wise, yeah.
And Tennessee.
Yeah, and
Tennessee's
of
pretty
course,
good
of
too,
course,
yeah.
And
But
Tennessee.
still blue. Tennessee's blue, no?
No, just cities. I think Tennessee's still red.
No, blue.
Nashville
It's
is blue, but the rest of the state's red.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bleed red. Yeah.
I was driving 2 years ago. I was training Sean Ryan in Tennessee. I went to shoot with him. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I
Well,
was
you have to come back. You have to bring him back.
Absolutely.
I was driving 10 hours.
How do you think he'd handle the cracker box?
Yeah. Our buddy Andrew's place is a little small. You and I wouldn't exactly be able to walk down a hallway at the same time, but yeah. So But
Adam, again, appreciate it. Andres, pleasure meeting you,
Thank
and
you
I look
very much.
forward to your next fight. Kick ass, brother.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
All right, Leadheads, we'll be back with more from the 2023 SHOT Show here. SHOT Show.
NRA annual meeting in Indianapolis.
What he said.
Yep.
At Keltec.
Alyssa knows a thing or two about firearms. The gun store where she works and the folks she instructs would vouch for that. She spends most of her time on the range and in the classroom, teaching others about firearms and the fundamentals of shooting. On her days off, you'll likely catch her somewhere in the backcountry with her favorite firearm, a Keltec KS7. At just over 26 inches, this short, slim second cousin to the KSG is lighter, but no less lethal. The shotgun's 18.5-inch barrel offers plenty of velocity, and its ample magazine tube provides a healthy dose of firepower with its 7+1 shell capacity, her go-to for home protection. Alyssa loves the carry handle and fiber optic sight she got on her first KS7, but is equally enamored with the Picatinny rail kit she put on her second. Why settle for one when you can add another to your already awesome collection of Keltecs? Innovation, performance, Keltec.
Yeah. Nice. Dump tray from Mission First Tactical, sponsors of the Talking Lead podcast. So you can get your own custom-made dump tray like Ton has there. And we got those from that event.
Yep.
The lockdown event at Gunsight, which was awesome. Had a great time there. Oh, and check this out. I've got my Polymer 80 with the Mission First Tactical holster with the lockdown.
Okay. I absolutely
color
love that Polymer 80. I love that gun.
Oh, yeah.
I run the piss out of that thing.
Empty, safe.
Dude.
Got the Crimson Trace.
Dude, that gun, I got to get a hold of them and tell them how much I actually thoroughly enjoy shooting that gun. It doesn't bite the crap out of my messed up fat hands.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. But I was telling you, so here's the adapter that Pioneer Arms Corps makes for the 1401. So you lock that down, and then you can put any 308 muzzle device on there that you want. Makes it real easy, real simple to do. So you're not having to rethread your barrel and do all that. You just do it with what's on there. It's pretty sweet. And then they've got those the safety levers too that have the extension. Very affordable. I mean, these things were, I think, less than, I think these are around like $20 or something. You can get these for. So very affordable.
Holy hell. Yeah, I'm still waiting on my Talking Lead dump tray and some patches for my law enforcement wall.
Well, I'm working on it. So, we're redoing, we're rebranding. So that's coming.
I know.
I
keep hearing about you.
I've talked about that in a couple of episodes. Last episodes, we kind of made the big announcement. We're doing a giveaway coming up. It's going to be launching our new logo, which is not official yet. I know you guys have seen it. I've put it out there, but we haven't officially launched the new logo yet. But we're going to do a big giveaway, 3-gun giveaway from Keltec. We're going to have a P15. We're going to have a RDB, and it's either going to be a KSG 12 or it's going to be the KS7 12. Don't know which shotgun yet. And then we've got a whole slew of people that are joining in with us in force. Each one of those is going to have a weapon light on it. We've got Tactical RX, our iPro gurus, Tactical RX. We're going to have some iPro from them. We're going to have some Electronic Ear Pro from Walker's Ear, thanks to Ton. So thank you for the hookup, Ton, with the Walker's Ear people. We're going to have the new Kraken case, rifle case. If you guys have seen me, heard me talk about the Kraken case with the awesome...
That thing is sick.
Alien
I love that case.
Foam in there. I don't have any eggs today to put in here and show you guys how cool it is. But we're gonna fill that case up with stuff. We've got ammo from Defiant Munitions. We've got what else? I think we're working on getting them custom Cerakoted from Blown Deadline. So if we can get it done in time, they're gonna have a sick Cerakote from Blown Deadline. Mission First Tactical is doing a custom holster for the P15. Seal 1, we're going to have a cleaning kit with the rod and their CLP. Vortex optics. We're going to have optics for the shotgun and the rifle. May have some binoculars, I don't know yet, or a rangefinder. We're trying to get that thrown in too. What else? I mean, it's going to be insane. And one person is going to get all this. So this is awesome. This is launching our new logo, celebrating 10 years of Talking Lead, because we are in our 10th year of the Talking Lead podcast. And thanks to you lead heads for all the support over the years. This is our way of giving back. You know I like to do giveaways. I love doing giveaways. Love giving back.
I sign up for every single one of them, too.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce does, too.
Oh, yeah.
Have you won? Pierce has won. Haven't you won in the past?
No, I never won a gun. I've won...
You've won a bunch of stuff, though, haven't you?
The shirts and hats and ammo. I've won quite a bit. It's not a gun.
Yeah. So over the 10 years, I mean, we've given a lot of stuff away. And that first year of our AK corner with Pioneer Arms, we gave away...
Every episode?
We gave away 12... Yeah, every episode we gave away a firearm. Mainly AKs, but I think we gave away a PPS 43 on one of them.
Yes.
I think we gave away an AK kit on one of them where you could build your own kit. So that was an epic year, our first year of the AK corner. So always rewarding our listeners. And what I've ever asked in return is just follow us, like our stuff, reshare our post, follow our sponsors, help our sponsors out, buy their products, use those discount codes. We even help you out with the discount codes. Mission First Tactical, Leadhead, you get 20% off. Seal 1 and done. Use the code Leadhead to get 25% off at Seal 1. 1776 United. And this is Memorial Weekend too, by the way, guys. So happy Memorial Weekend to all you Leadheads, to you Pearce, to you Ton. Normally, Talking Lead is the code at 1776 United. You get 20% off. But they're running like 30% off this weekend. So you want to use that code. So go to their website. I think it's on there. I think it's like Memorial 30 or something like that. I don't know. But go check it out. You get an even bigger discount than using my discount code.
They're right down the road from me, but I've never been able to...
oh, my gosh. You got to go see James, dude. You need to go in there.
Well, they're not open on the weekends.
We'll go during the week. Just go during the week. You're your own boss. Go during the week. Factory 47 for our AK corner logoed items. Go to Factory 47. Use the code Leadhead. Get 10% off. But again, this being Memorial Weekend, these companies may be running bigger deals than with my discount code. So check those out. But any other time, use my code. I don't get anything from it. I get no kickbacks from these codes whatsoever, guys. I get nothing. I get zero. I get to use the codes and get the discount, which is awesome. I'm completely happy about that. Defiant Munitions, you want some good high-quality ammunition. I got some stacked up right there. Defiant Munitions. Leadhead, all caps, 10% off. You want to get your medical gear stocked up and in place. Make sure you got the right stuff. Go to Medicine in Bad Places. Use the code Leadhead or Leadhead20. I need to clarify that with him. I think either one of those will work, but use that. You're going to get 20% off Medicine in Bad Places for all your medical kit needs. They've got it. They also offer training, and I took one of their training courses. I'm actually certified, was it combat medical? I don't know. I've got the certificate. Right. I'm certified. I know how to pack a wound, man. Pack a wound and put a tourniquet on. I can do it. I don't know if anybody trusts me to do it or not, but I can do it. And then Kel-Tec, sponsors of Talking Lead since the beginning, man. These guys have been behind us 100% from day one, and I love those guys. Go show them some love. Leadhead to get 15% off anything in their pro shop. And I haven't heard that they're running a Memorial. Is it Memorial Day? Is that this weekend? Memorial? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but use these codes. Use these codes. That way they know that you lead heads are hearing it, you're getting it, and you're supporting me by supporting them. And then Ton and I were talking about these lockdown secure walls. Use the code LEADHEAD. You're going to get 15% off anything. They do more than just the walls. They've got all kinds of cool things for your safe, for your firearm storage. Go check them out. There's all kinds of. They've even got security devices, which mine's on there somewhere. It's magnetized. So if anybody takes anything off that wall, my alarm will go off and it'll send a message to my phone. Ton. So don't get any ideas.
Cool. Just smell this rag, bro. It'll be okay.
Sniff. And then these awesome Kraken cases, which there's one right there. I've got my camera in it. I've got another one over there. I've got a yellow one. They come in different colors. See my yellow one right there?
Oh, look at that.
Got a yellow one right there. I don't have the rifle case yet. It's coming. So I'll have that soon. But there's our big lockdown case. See it back there hidden?
Oh, yeah.
That thing is huge.
Dude, mine's right on the other side of this computer.
It was ginormous. But I think we're going to put like we're going to like custom do the foam in the case too for that giveaway. So it's going to be a special giveaway. It's going to be good. So be looking for that for the month of July. It's going to be like the whole month of July. We're going to run this if we can get everything done in time. But it will be done one way or another. But we'd like to do like a freedom, the freedom giveaway kind of deal. But yeah, so go support all those that make this show possible. Got to get our plugs in. And now we got to take care of some jack wagons because we've not done it in a while, Ton. Dude. We normally do this at the beginning of the show, but we're doing it post-show right now. But we got to do it quick. Got to do it quick.
Man.
So we're running out of time here. So, Gunny, bring that train in.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jack Wagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, so I'm going to kick us off. And Mother's Day. So Mother's Day weekend, I asked my mom, and it's like, hey, where do you want to go eat? But she goes, nah, I don't want to do anything. I just kind of want to stay in, just, pick something up, bring it by the house. So went to KFC and ordered a bucket of chicken.
Only the best.
KFC, man. I love KFC. The original recipe. I used to love KFC. It used to be the best.
Go. Customer service.
It used to be. Well, no, customer service. I don't really think this comes into play, but possibly. So ordered all our sides, ordered the 12-piece bucket to go, went through the drive-thru. They always fuck you at the drive-thru. What was that Joe Pesci movie? They always fuck you at the drive-thru. Well, they do. So I grabbing the stuff and the buckets with all the potatoes and everything. So I can't really tell by weight or anything. But we get home, start unpacking everything, and start digging into the chicken. There's a big old giant, chicken breast up top, 2 or 3. So I'm, get mine. Everybody else is going through. And of the 12 pieces, 5 of them were like normal size pieces of chicken, the big chicken breast, the drumsticks. The rest were the appetizer size buffalo wings.
Those bastards.
Are you shitting me?
Dude.
I pay almost
for $90
$50,
too. You paid $90
$50,
probably.
Paid $50 for a bucket of 12 and 3 sides.
Didn't that used to be like 20?
It did. And you also got 12 pieces of full-size chicken.
Yep.
Of real pieces of chicken, not miniature-sized Oompa Loompa pieces
Was
of chicken.
one of your sides some KY? Because you got screwed, bro.
Well, I did get extra gravy, so.
Yep. Good.
I will say their gravy is still on point. The gravy was great. The chicken sucked, had no flavor whatsoever. The original recipe was no flavor to it whatsoever. That stuff used to be just jam-packed with flavor. There was nothing there. And this was, and I'm gonna say it was the Kentucky Fried Chicken KFC in Sparta, Tennessee. You suck.
It's
and that's
the one
my
KFC
hometown.
that has no cats around it.
That's my hometown. So do not go to the KFC in Sparta, Tennessee. All right. That's my jackwagon. Had to get that off my chest. Been holding that since Mother's Day.
It's been weighing on you, hasn't it?
It has. It still chaps my ass to this day.
You've been thinking about that while running in place, going nowhere at the gym, haven't you?
Dude, no, we called them. We called them up and told them. It's like, look, this is some bullshit. Ordered a 12-piece chicken. You know, we paid $50 for this. One, it was like lukewarm. It had been, it tasted like it had been there for 2 days. It wasn't even warm. It was cold chicken.
Meow.
You know, they said, "Oh, we can give you a voucher. You can
get a voucher for some more shit."
Some more shit. I was like, "Why would I want more of your crap?"
Yeah.
He said, "You can take your voucher, and you can donate it to some homeless people, which I don't think they would even eat your crap. But here you go. This is my gift." So, all right, I'm done. I'm done ranting. Done ranting. Pearce, do you have one? Do you have a jackwagon?
No, I didn't prepare one. I mean, if you want to stay on the fast food train,
sure.
I ordered something from Zaxby's the other day and ordered a couple things and didn't get one of my meals
because they fuck you at the
drive-thru. Fuck you in the drive-thru.
Every time they fuck you at the drive-thru. All right, Ton. I know you've been wound up for this, so we're saving all the time for you, brother.
Yeah, the drive-thru is a dead given. I can never get anything right at the drive-thru. It's just pointless at this. It's just screwed. So, you know what? Fuck those people in the drive-thru. I'm done with them.
Yeah.
But
and that's been since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
It's not just now in these shitty days of customer service.
Yeah,
drive-thru's always fucked you.
Yeah, that's a given. And as a fat person, well, I used to be even fatter. That would really piss you off when you get down the road, you crack that open, go to get something out, and you're like, where the hell is that? One thing you want is always missing.
Yep.
And they're like, they look at
the
you.
The one thing I
specified
specified that I wanted and needed.
Yep. And you come back around and they look at you like, oh yeah, you fat bastard. You probably already ate it. It's been 30 freaking seconds. Oh, dude. Okay, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
This one's got me pissed. I busted my hand, tore the tendon. As you can see, my hand's really nice and twisted now.
Yeah.
I tore the actual ligament. Oh, no, tendon right there.
Did you tear that or did the alligator tear that?
No, that was this hand.
Oh, shit. Your hands are all jacked up, dude. Oh, my God.
That's this hand. That's the hand they sewed those 3 fingers back on.
Ton's hands are a horror show. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You're worse than my toes.
Yeah, that hand, I just recently busted the tendon pulley out of the center. And I've damaged these hands enough to know what needs to be done. Went to the doctor. He's like, yeah, he's all, you know the procedure. He's going to send you over to a specialist, see if you want to have the surgery done. Went to the first guy. Just wanted me to pay for his new freaking car. I need to send you for an MRI. I said, bro, I tore the sheath. It's a blown tendon pulley. You don't need an x-ray. There's only one thing to do. It's surgery. It's a 30-minute surgery. I'm not even put to sleep for it. That's elected to be put under anesthesia. So well, it's our policy to get an MRI.
It's our policy to take all your money.
Yeah, I said, it's my policy to tell you to go fuck yourself. Got up and walked out. So
nice.
I got a call from my doctor, and he starts laughing. He's all, Ton, you told another doctor to fuck off? I said, yeah. And I told him what happened. He's all, good. He's all, I'm going to send you another guy. Just people in network. Went to the other guy. Sat down. First thing he says, he's all, wait, stop. I said, if you say, go get an x-ray. I held up my iPad. Here's all my x-rays. He's all, why do you have your x-rays? I said, because I've been down this road. If you look at me, I'm beat up. Bro, I'm a train wreck. He's all, he starts scrolling through the doctor's looking. He's all, these are really good. And I'm like, knowing that he's looking at nothing. You cannot see a torn tendon pulley.
Gotta hold it up to
an x-ray.
Gotta hold it up to
and
the
he's
thing.
like, yeah, he's like, these are 6 weeks old. I need new ones. I said, you're a fucking idiot, bro. I said, there's no broken bones. You're looking at a 10 pulley sheath. You're looking at the sheath that holds.
I didn't pull it in line. I didn't pull it just recently.
It's blown out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been 6 weeks. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm walked out.
Sorry, my gin's kicking in.
Yeah. I called back to the doctor. He's like, I got one other guy. He's like, you're going to have to drive 45 minutes, but he's an actual really good surgeon, deals with hand injuries all the time. I said, okay, cool. That's what I talked to you. I went to the office, sat down. He's like, oh, dear God, your hands are destroyed. I said, I like you. And I said, here's the x-rays. He's all, they do me no good. He's all, you can't see your injury on an x-ray. I said, oh, fuck. I really like you. He's like, I'm not even going to ask for an MRI because it's pointless. He's like, what are you going to be doing over the next 6 weeks? I said, I have 2 shooting competitions. I'm going out of town on an axis deer hunt. And I'm going to go to Colorado and go visit some friends. He's like, the injury can be repaired at any time. It's more of an inconvenience and you're swelling. He's all, can you deal with pain? I said, I haven't taken pain medication yet. He's all,
wait a minute. Wait. No, I got to back up. He asked you if you can deal with pain and you've got a fucking tattoo on your head.
Yeah.
That's a stupid question.
Yeah. He looks at me. He's like, well, I'm not going to do the surgery on it because I know you and the way you look and the way you've all the scars on your body. And he's going through my x-ray files. He's like, you've broken a lot of stuff. I said, no, I've broken a lot of shit. He's all, okay, I can talk freely. He's all, man, you're fucked up. I said, Doc, I like you. He's all, I'm not going to do the surgery until you get done with all your stuff. I said, I get done. My last competition's mid-October. I said, perfect, because he's all, you have 8 weeks after that to heal. I said, perfect. I'll see you then. That was that simple.
There you go.
He didn't even charge me the $70 specialist copay. He's all, it was pointless. He's all, you spent more money in fuel driving around to see all these other, and he said the term jack wagons, and I was like, you're my fucking hero.
Did you say, hey, you need to listen to this podcast?
Oh, I did. I told him, I said, dude, I'm all.
Well, let's give him a shout. Can we say his first name? Don't say his last name.
I don't know his last. All I know is his last name. Doctor.
Doctor. Okay, never mind.
Brad.
So Brad, welcome.
Brad.
So he's a hero. We're going to put him on the Leadhead Brigade heroes. Yeah.
Yeah. All those other asshats, money grabbing, life sucking bastards out there riding the insurance wave can kiss my ass. Because, you know what? I got 2 fucked up fingers for them both. Because that's how much they work.
You do the big sausage fingers right there. Oh my gosh.
Hey, don't be judgy.
So now that we're on the heroes, this being Memorial Day weekend week, our men and women who have sacrificed everything for our country, for our freedoms, for our ability to get on here and talk shit about our government when they're jackwagons. Every one of them from, the beginning of our country till now, are heroes in my eyes. So we're going to bring in all the planes and honor them. So they're all our heroes.
Hell yeah.
And our men and women who are still out there, putting their lives on the line. They're heroes. Those are real heroes that give us the ability, that make this country what it is, to be able to, and it's tough, it's tougher every day, but we still have our rights in place. You just have to use them. If you don't use them, we lose them. So you have to voice your opinions. You have to let your opinion be heard. You have to put the people that are going to best represent you and what you want into these offices. They're not our leaders. They work for us. And that's where they lose perspective. That's where they lose reality, is when they get into these positions and they think that they're holier than us and they know more than us, and they manipulate us. They use their power to
they think they're the aristocracy.
Well, they use their powers selfishly, for their own self gain. And we see it time and time again. You see these people that go in as normal middle class, maybe some upper class, but then they come out multimillionaires. And that's wrong. That is completely wrong. That is not what governmental service is about. So we have to change that. We have to do it ourselves. We have to do it from the ground up. So you got to start local. You got to start with your city, your county, and work your way up from there. And that's the only way things are going to get better. That's the only way they're going to change. But we can do it. It can be done. It's not too late. So don't lose hope. So that's it. Unless you guys got any more heroes. You got any more heroes?
No.
That's it.
Just all the men and women, past and present.
There you go. So, Leadheads, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We've got more from the NRA, got more interviews, and we've got more of the regular show. We got more of the AK Corner. And if you've got suggestions for the show, you want us to talk specifically about a certain topic, a certain firearm, you want us to have a certain company, a certain person on, email me, talkinglead@gmail.com. I know I'm bad sometimes about getting to those timely, but I do get to them. So, I think I answered some emails today that were 6 weeks old. Sorry, but
forgot to ask that question.
I'm a one-man show. And I don't have a staff like Louder with Crowder or Joe Rogan or some of these other big time shows that's got 50 people, 100 people working for them. It's just me. So, be patient with me. I do get back. I do respond. Right?
Not much to text messages because you're in the damn gym.
What are you talking? I respond to you every time. Even when I was on the treadmill, you're like, "Oh, you're at that place. Call me later." Click.
Running in place, going nowhere. Wow, you do sound like a politician.
Come on, Pearce can attest to this. He's a big cross trainer. Pearce is.
Yeah, I do CrossFit. Proud of me. I haven't mentioned this whole time.
I know. You hadn't stuck up for me one time. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I lift weights every morning when I get my fat ass out of bed.
Your big, crippled, decrepit hands.
Yeah, dude.
Take my strong hand.
And just think, the rest of my body's just as beat up.
Oh, I love you, buddy.
Yeah, let's do stunts.
I kind of beat you up in this interview too with that we did with Paul. With what is it? The Legally Armed America. Paul with Legally Armed America. And I know probably a lot of our listeners follow him, and that's cool. You should follow him because he's a smart dude. Buy his book.
He is.
Go buy his book, definitely. But that does it for this episode of the Talking Lead Podcast, Leadheads. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week, each and every episode. And, we're going to continue to bring you more. 10 years of educating the uneducated. Stay tuned for that big-ass giveaway that we're going to be doing. And I look forward to seeing your emails, your comments on social medias. And, that's it. Ton, thank you for being on. Pearce.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate your expertise, brother. And
thanks for having me.
Let's run that by your dad on the episode with Craig Sallman. Hopefully he'll respond to me and we'll be able to get him on. That'd be sweet. If not, we'll get those other two dudes on and get your dad on. And
that work.
We'll talk about the human trafficking epidemic, as you call it, on the show. But until then, Leadheads, as always, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms closer.
Oh, yeah. No twist. No twist. No twist. Okay, that's it.
And your unregistered pistols closer.
That's right.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mine fell off. I don't know where it went.
I lost it on a fishing trip.
Now a flashlight holder.
Yeah.